Just got some new plates off a friend of mine. And the other ones, the reason why I gave the other ones back is they were so greasy. I know they were brand new. I know there's a little bit of grease, but I even put so much chalk on it just to try and get rid of the grease. If you saw in the old video, they were full of chalk, but yeah, I don't know what's going on. So these are now good. They've been used a little bit. They've got a little bit of dirt on it, and I like that. You need that little bit of dirt. When things are brand new, I'm not into it. The only thing that's good when it's brand new, seal packed, and that is an iPhone and something else, which I'm not going to say. Really weird actually, because today I put a reel on. I don't know what I must have said in the reel. I think it was the D word, not that word, something else that people feel bad about. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on nowadays. I only said that, you know, that something can cause depression, and all of a sudden Instagram banned, videos taken down, doesn't meet community guidelines. Very strange. I don't know. Can't talk about anything nowadays. Very, very weird. And here I am trying to grow a channel, trying to grow something, and you get banned or videos get taken down, and then you get shadow banned and stuff. So, oh well, we keep plodding along. We keep going. It is what it is. These things happen, I suppose. Well, I suppose they don't happen to everybody, but it's definitely happened to me. This is like the 20th time it's happened now. And I don't even I try not to swear. I literally try not to swear. So, anyway. Couple of other things. Let's get back to being British for a second. It's freezing cold. That's why I've got a hoodie on. Right, I've done a warm-up. First set. Well, it's actually not first set. It's still one set. Warm-up. We're still warming up. And I think today is going to be... What's going on here? Oh, yeah, I'm not in the centre. My bench isn't in the centre, but we'll figure that out later. That's the thing when you have an adjustable bench. It's hard to find the centre every single time. Right, okay. Simple workout, 3 sets of 8 until as heavy as we can go. So that was harder than usual because I have a mic on right here. Normally like resting that on my clavicle just to warm my rotator cuff up even more. But you guys have also got to hear me. So it was a little bit hard that, but my shoulder is still, it's about 50% better than it was last week, so it's definitely getting there. Still don't want to push, and like I mentioned in the other video, when you're doing squat, bench and deadlift, you don't always have to, especially for old strength. So in order to get back to where I was, I don't have to necessarily be improving every single week. I don't need to go 100, 105, 110, 120, 130, you know, I can actually just build at 100 base for many weeks, 5 or 6 weeks at 100, and then all of a sudden, with the speed of 100, I'll know I can bench 140. So I'll be able to go from 100, 120, 140. Very simple. And you guys will see, you'll bear witness to it. So I'm just gonna take it easy again today. I know you guys think this guy must not train. Honestly, if you think this is not training, should have seen me for the past 5 years. I've really not been training. Let's just say this, the way I look does not reflect the way I train, or the other way around I should say. The way I train definitely doesn't reflect the way I look because, you know, genetics though. I'm gonna put it down to genetics and the foundation. I laid the foundation, I did the work early on in order for me to not get away with training less or lazy, but more so just ticking over. That's all I've been doing. I've just been ticking over. But now I'm back. I have my own environment. I have my own gym, my own setup, which is almost complete. I'm just waiting for one more thing to arrive. When that thing arrives, I will show you the full gym. I mean, there's not much to show. You guys have pretty much seen it all, but I will go through how much things cost, the prices and everything. And you know, if you want to set up like this of your own, I would encourage everybody to get it, especially with nowadays the gyms being so busy. If you can afford it, you have an extra 5, 6, 7 grand spare. Maybe you could do it with 3, 4 grand maybe. I don't know, you could do it with a lot less, but I like to get the heavy duty kit. I like to get the Olympic bars. I like to get the Olympic plates. So I have spent a little bit, but see, the thing for me is because I knew it was going to be under 10 grand, I didn't really spare no expenses. I thought, I'll get the best kit that I need. because I'm only getting 2 pieces of kit, cable crossovers and this, and then obviously the bench, and things add up, things do add up, but invest in your health, guys. What else are you going to invest in? I don't want a nice car. As long as I can eat good and I can train good and I can sleep good, a couple of things you should invest in: a good mattress, a bed. Definitely get a good mattress, 100%. You do not need a good car. The car's the car's like a luxury item. Your health. The supplements that you're taking need to be A grade, triple A grade supplements. Never skimp on cheap supplements. I hate people when they say, this protein is cheap, so I'm gonna buy it because of the price. Look at the protein that's the best, that works for you. Maybe buy a sample patch, maybe buy a couple of different proteins, see what works for you. And whichever works for you, blindly buy it without looking at the price. There's other things out there in the world that you should look at prices for. A pair of trainers, always look at the price on a pair of trainers. Do you need them? Are they necessary? Do they look good? You know, that's the last thing. Do you need them? Yes. Are they necessary? Yes. Do they look good? Doesn't really matter. Then, are they affordable? That's a different thing. When it comes to health, do not use that similar hierarchy. Do not use that same system. The system you should use for health is, do I need it? Is it essential? Get it. Do not look at the price for your health. There is so many other things you can skimp on. Clothes. No one gives a shit about clothes. I could sit here in a vest. I could sit here in a pair of boxer shorts with holes in it. You guys will still watch. No one cares. No one's ever going to come on and say, oh, Faddy, is he wearing a Jordan cap? Has he got a Jordan cap on? Nike Jordan cap on? Is he wearing Nike trackies? Is he wearing, I don't know. No one cares about that kind of stuff. And guess what? No one cares out there in the real world either. No one gives a shit about what you wear. No one cares, bro. Be healthy. Stay in shape. People are going to start caring. People will pay attention then. Get yourself in shape. Get yourself physically in the best condition if you really care what people think. The truth is, you shouldn't care what people think anyway. But never, ever skimp on health, bro. People go on, oh, bro, what protein do you think's the best? This one was cheap. I don't care, bro. I don't care about cheap protein. Get the best protein. And if the price is cheap, then buy that. But often isn't going to be the case. Okay, just one more warm-up set and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of it. Slowly starting to feel better on the elbow as well, so everything's kind of coming together a little bit. My elbows was playing up, my shoulder was playing up. I was having a few issues the week before, but I think we're now good. Okay, I'm gonna go, I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna go 60, just for 5 reps, just to feel it, and then go on to 100 kg, maybe 3 sets of 8 today. Let's see how we feel. While I'm here, I'm not gonna do a full advert, but you see this bottle? You see it, you like it? Coming soon, bro. Coming soon. Very soon they're landing. They will be available on my website. Let me tell you something about this bottle. It's black. It can carry 1 litre. It has a screw cap at the top. And, no, I'm joking. Let me tell you the best thing about the bottle. Here's the best thing about it. It's actually a flask. You can put ice in this flask, and I've tried and tested it. Put ice in this flask. Leave it for 12 hours, 24 hours. It is still going to be ice. You put cold water in here, yes, you guessed it, it's going to stay cold. One of the reasons why I used to use bottles like this, I've always used bottles like this. When going to hot countries, it's really hot, obviously. You buy bottles of water, the bottle starts sweating. And I used to use those little jug waters. You know those jug things that everyone used to carry? I had one of those, you know, because it was like 1.5 litres. You don't have to go around filling it up too often. You can make like an iced tea in there, a nice little juice that you can keep drinking throughout the day. I took that with me to Thailand with me many years ago. And you know when you put ice in there throughout the day, the bottle is just constantly dripping, wet, it's sweating, and the ice ain't ice for long. I like cold drinks. I don't like hot drinks. I like my drinks to be ice cold. And whichever temperature you put in here, it will stay that temperature for at least 8 hours, 12 hours. If you put ice in there, it's gonna stay ice. It's gonna stay icy for at least 24 hours. So they're landing very, very soon. Make sure you get yours at fadihussein.com. But don't go there just yet. Well, you can go there for programs and coaching, but these won't be available just yet. And if you're wondering what that logo is, stay tuned, you'll find out soon enough. Okay, so this is 80 now. Let's do a set of 8 on this. Yeah, it's getting easier. Always use chalk. If you don't, well then, I don't know what to say. But I like chalk. It does get everywhere. It is a little bit messy. Make sure you ask the gym owner if you can use it or not. But just makes the workout feel like a proper workout. And then it will get all over your clothes. But we don't care. Comes back to that thing, is it essential? Is it needed? Yes, it is essential, and yes, it is needed for me anyway. So we're having much of a condensation issue at the minute, even though it's really cold. But I do need to fix it before it really starts getting cold. I mean, it is already cold. So cold in a minute, because I've got a hoodie on. I might take it off next set, we'll see how it goes. This is gonna be set number 1, 3 sets of 8. So what you saw there was just a warm up. What you saw last week was just a warm-up. Remember, you can have weeks and sessions as a warm-up. It's okay. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't for beginners, this isn't for somebody starting out, this isn't for someone who wants to build muscle, this is for someone who's already built muscle, who's already been in the game 20 years. Then you need to take the time to step back. Do not jump back. Do not think, oh, I could bench this, so I should be able to do this. Nah, bro. And I'll be honest with you, even I, at the start, before making these videos, I was like, yeah, I'll do like 3-4 weeks of training, I'll get back into some heavy lifting, and then these guys will really know that I'm strong. And then I thought, do you know what? Nah, let me just show them the process all the way, along the way, how it works, and then you guys can follow along and you can see what it really looks like, the ugly side of it. Because training is very repetitive, training is very... I think it's exciting, I like it, but for most people it's probably boring. It's probably very, very boring, but I like it. People are like, oh, well, how many exercises are you doing? Same shit. How many sets? Same sets. How many reps? Same reps. How much weight? Just a little bit more. That's it, bro. There's no secret to it. There's no secret to it. Do the same stuff, the same exercise, the same, you know, play, same reps, same sets. Just change the weight a slight bit every month, not even every week. Just every month, go a little bit heavier. That's good enough. Now compound that over 20 years. Now we're here. You know, I get that question sometimes, especially abroad. How long have you been training, bro? 25 years. And they're like, what? I'm like, well, yeah. You was impressed enough when I was good. You was impressed enough to come over to me and ask a stranger, another dude, how many years he's been lifting. Clearly it was impressive enough for you to come and ask me. What did you expect me to say, 6 months? Did you think something that you were so impressed by, you was gonna go over there and step and say, how long did it take you to get that, bro? You know, it takes time. It doesn't come easy. The same can't be said for money. You can have money, you can give someone money. Money's really easy, once you know the game. We might talk about that another day. Yeah, not yet. Maybe another day we'll talk about that. We'll talk finances. Hopefully I might be able to give some pointers to a few people. And maybe some of you guys could even give me some pointers when it comes to that. Because I'm always about learning. Because I am somehow, well, I know, not somehow, I know I'm behind in that game. But we're playing catch up now. So if anyone out there that can give me some advice on that, I'd like to trade advice. Anyway, okay, first set of 8, hopefully. This has been a while. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, I would say fairly easy, relatively easy. Main thing for me there, my main focus there was shoulder, elbow. Are they okay? Are they in check? Are they hurting? So I'm going through the checklist. This is new territory again, new weight to be found for my body to adapt to. Hasn't been a couple of weeks since I've done this. It's been months since I've done it on the flat. I used to do the incline. It's been a long time. I would say probably all year I've not done flat bench on 100 kg. Maybe at the start of the year I think I had one cycle of flat bench and I went off it. So it's been a while. Everything's just in check. Everything's in motion. Everything's feeling good. That's all we're doing here. We're not here to break records. We're not here to set any standards or to show off. We're just going through the motion. Now, you might have heard a rattle. I don't know if you did. I did. In the plates. And the reason for that is because I was consciously thinking about lowering the bar under control to make sure I don't get injured. Now, I don't always do that. I'm not always going to do that. The reason why I'm doing it right now is because, like I've mentioned, this is new territory for me. It's been a while, and I want to make sure I'm doing it safely. And that is why I'm just being very conscious about where the bar is. So I'm just bringing it a little bit more slower. So if you guys have been doing it a while, you don't need to bring the bar down that slow. Control it, but not that slow. Okay, so now I'm a little bit hot. Things are starting to feel a little bit better in my chest. And my body is starting to, I don't know if you guys mentioned, if I mentioned it or if you've been following, but everything was a little bit twisted. It takes a bit of time. It's not one session. You know, when you go to the physio, you go get a massage and you go there and you say, oh, my shoulder's hurting, my back's hurting or whatever, and you expect them to fix it straight away. It's not the case, bro. You have to go back week after week. You have to do your own training. You have to do your stretching. You have to do your rehab work. You have to do all this kind of stuff. Do not expect miracles. And it's the same in the gym. If you're injured, work through that injury very slowly. Figure out what it is first. Make sure you're doing it safely, effectively, but work through it. Work through it slowly. Work through it methodically. Think about what you're doing till it becomes automatic and the injury is no longer there. Then you can keep training. But don't ever stop training. Stopping training when you are injured is the worst thing you could do. Because if you stop training, then think of it as a car. You don't run a car, you don't keep a car moving, everything tightens up, everything clogs up, everything gets locked. And that's the same as your body, and especially when you are injured. If you do not continually training the rest of your body, it's going to lock up even more. It's going to tie up even more. And the more it tightens up, the harder it's going to be to come back from an injury. If you keep active, if you keep training, you keep moving the blood around your system, it's going to be easy. It's going to be quicker. Like, there's many research done out there, and well, I don't even need the research. I know for myself, common sense. You break your arm, keep walking, keep doing legs. You're going to repair your arm faster by walking than if you were to sit down and do nothing. You think, oh, I'm sat down, I'm doing nothing, therefore it's got my arm can repair better. No, you walk, you be active, the blood's around your system better. So there's a bit of science for you with no medical study, but it works. Trust me. I ain't gonna tell you the medical study because I don't know it. Don't give a shit, to be fair. Right, set number 2. Let's go. Okay, so you saw that there. Okay, so that was set 2. Felt good, felt comfortable, better than set 1. I'm gonna go again in a minute or so. Rest periods, as long as it takes, bro. As long as it takes. Now, big exercises, squat, bench, and deadlift, as long as it takes. When I start going over to cable crossovers and dips and even dumbbells, you don't really need to worry about it. Just go when you're ready. Go when you're ready. But in this, Go when you're ready and then some. So get ready to go. Okay, I feel good. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Take another minute. That's the rule of thumb when it comes to the big exercises, the squat, bench and dead. You could argue that if you go sooner, you make it harder for yourself by going sooner, by going quicker, because you're less rested, you're working harder. But then if you flip the script on that and you rest more, you'll be able to get more reps, more effectively, more power, more strength. So, which is more benefit? You could argue it's more work. You could argue it's heavier work, more reps. I'm gonna lean towards this side. I like this one more. I don't like the idea of grinding. I don't like the idea of less reps. If it means investing just a minute, just 60 seconds more for an extra rep, I'll do it. Obviously, there's a point of diminishing return. So if 1 rep was a minute, then 2 reps technically would be 2 minutes would technically be 2 reps, but it doesn't work like that. So rest enough and then rest a little bit more. Well, the second exercise of presses for me is now incline press. It's normally, the majority of the time, I would say 80% of the time is the other way around. I do incline bench and flat dumbbells. But on this rotation, I'm changing it because I wanted to get my strength back on the flat bench because I wanted to do a squat, bench and dead. I wanted to see how strong I get on those 3 lifts again. And incline press, as good as it is, it's not flat bench. And even though there's a lot of carryover in the exercise, it doesn't really count. So I wanted to see how good I am on the flat bench. That's why I'm doing flat in this rotation. And the second exercise is now incline. Now with incline dumbbells, like I said, you're going to get strong very quick. So just take it easy. 3 sets of 10, regardless of the weight. It doesn't really matter. You will have weeks where you get really strong on these. If these are 5 and everything feels good, then just go a little bit heavy. I mean, the max weight I've got here is only 47. I can't go heavier than 47. I will eventually build up to like 20 reps on 47. But until then, there's no rush. There's no, we have a long time before we even start touching those weights. But for now, go through the motions, get everything right, the technique, everything's got to be spot on. Now with this, it's not going to be, elbow and clavicle. It needs to be down a little bit. We need to be here. That's the most powerful position. The flat dumbbells is a bit easier because you're a bit more tucked in and a bit more tighter. With incline, it's about here. It's a little bit harder to get the range right for these, but then when you get that sweet spot, when everything starts firing, that's just the best. That's when training is like, yeah, you really fall in love with training when everything's firing. And it's annoying that I let it slip for so long, but we're back here, we're back here. That's the main thing. We're doing it now. That's what matters. See, I think that's a good weight for me. So I'll do my final 2 sets on this weight. You might have seen there at the start of the repetitions, I was touching my chest. And that's just because I'm wanting to go through what I like to call exaggerated 110% range of motion. The range of motion we will never ever use, a range of motion which is unsafe to use under heavy loads. This obviously isn't heavy for me. It might look heavy today, but I know my body's felt more than this. So when you are warming up, when you are in those days or those weeks like me, where you're just building up to something big, something strong, something where you can really put on some muscle, get into that muscle building zone, then go through the ranges, the full exaggerated ranges of motion. And that is really going to build your connective tissue, flexibility, your ligaments, your tendons, you know, everything gets built in this time. This isn't the time, this is the time to stimulate muscle, this isn't the time to build muscle. There'll be a time to build muscle, there'll be a time to really hammer and build the muscle, but you have to work up to that. And that's with any level you're at. Even if you are a pro bodybuilder, you will have phases where you are doing what I'm doing. Even if you're a pro and you never took time off like me, and you do this for a living, you will still not always be in a muscle building phase. Muscle building is not like that. It's not going to be where you are always building muscle, even if your sole purpose is to build muscle. It doesn't work like that. You will get more benefit from, let's say, cutting back for a few weeks. Let your joints recover, let them heal, come off the gear a little bit, maybe blast or maybe cruise a little bit, let your receptors replenish, then blast it again. That is how it works. You know, in this game, yeah, more is more, but you have to be smart. You have to do everything, you know, with the right mindset. What we're doing, what's the purpose here, what we're trying to achieve from this. You can't always keep pushing to grow, to build muscle. Does not work. I could go heavy right now. Be patient. You're training with someone, don't let them dictate your workout. Yes, if you are in proper cruising mode where you are really pounding out the weight and your mates are like your training partners, bro, that was easy. Let's put another 10 kilos on. Let's go for it, yeah. Then go for it, bro. And I will do that as well. I will start telling myself that as well. I will maybe bench 140 and be like, what am I doing, bro? Stop being a bitch. That was easy. Who are you playing at? Let's go heavier. And I will go heavier. That's the aim of the game, to push yourself consistently. But be smart, know when to pull back and know when to put the pedal to the metal. The bench press took me half an hour almost, half an hour including the warm-ups. This one in maximum, after I finish this set, it ain't even gonna be 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes to do one warm-up set and 3 working sets. That's what I mean about changing range. Changing ranges. In the next 3 exercises, I might get done in 10 minutes. 3 exercises in 10 minutes. You'll see it. Everybody's darling, The Rock. I just spoke about him recently, about doing these very light, because he's obviously in touch with the best trainers in the world. And everybody who's got half a brain cell knows not to do these heavy, because at this point, your shoulders, your rotator cuff is very vulnerable. Very vulnerable. So why risk injury on this exercise? And same with this, pullovers. Remember, I do this superset, a little bit of time in between, just enough to get your breath back, and then go straight in to the superset, which for me today is 18 kilograms. Hopefully you guys can see that. I think you can see the edge of the bench. Should be okay. 10 reps. So, same again, no rest in between. back to back, go straight for it. When I say no rest, I mean get your breath back. That's about it, that's all you need. You don't have to go heavy, you don't have to change weight, you don't have to do anything. And this is why I'm so happy to train in my own gym. I've got to wait and tell somebody I'm on both machines. So just 3 sets back to back on this. Now today I'm going to do dips last because it'll be a nice warm up to start my triceps. So I will do them last. As you know, I've got a bit of an issue with my shoulder, so I will be doing some sort of shoulder prehab at the end of this as well, which I'm going to show you guys. So don't worry, I'll show you everything. Today it's going to be a bit of a long video, but it is what it is. So like I've said in the past, dips, one of the best exercises all round. You're doing body weight stuff, everything's good. Everything's good for body weight. Pull-ups, dips, squats, body weight squats, body weight lunges. Can't beat them. Why people don't do those every single day, I don't know. I mean, I get it if you're a bodybuilder, you're trying to add muscle and stuff, you want to compete, then yeah, don't need to do these, you know. But well, you don't need to do squats, but I like to do them. Keeps you supple, keeps you flexible, keeps you in shape. Good conditioning as well. Okay, so 3 sets of this, that's it. Back to back, 3 sets, not too much of a long rest period. And I'm very tired today, but it's okay, we'll keep pushing. So that's all you need for chest, guys. I think I've got a little bit of time before I go pick my daughter up. So I'm going to do a little bit of rehab work for my delts, and I will do 1 exercise on triceps. So actually, change of plan. I don't have enough time to do no prehab work for my shoulder. I'm going to do that when I get back, after I pick my daughter up from school. Didn't realize what time it was. I only have another 10-15 minutes, so I'm just going to do a quick blast on triceps. I think it's recording, yeah. Okay. So I don't know if you noticed that, but for arms, for biceps, I like low reps or low to moderate range. So you're like 8 to 12, but for triceps, I like 12 to 20. That's the kind of range I like. And the reason for that is my triceps are strong. I don't want to go too heavy on this. If I go too heavy, I'm going to risk injuring them. So I will not go too crazy heavy. Not too crazy, what did I say there? I don't want to go too crazy heavy on my triceps. And for this portion of the workout, you see how we're just whizzing through it very quickly because it doesn't need much rest. The muscles, these muscles, they recuperate, they recover pretty quick. Another thing, I don't know if you can notice, I don't lock out at the bottom full. You don't want all the weight into your elbow at the bottom. You just want to lock out to I would consider 90%. So that's like what I'm doing. I can obviously do this. You might see certain people tell you to go all the way down, but for me, when I start doing that, I feel it more in my elbow joint, not in the muscle. So there and there. For those people asking, forearms, I don't train them very often, but when I train them with triceps, but after shoulders. So that will be coming soon. Last set on this. What I might do today, just because I feel a little bit good on my triceps, niggles are slowly going, I'm going to do one more exercise after this, which will probably be single arm kickback on the rope, which is a new exercise for me. Never done it on the rope. I'm always used to doing them with the dumbbells. But you know what? Like I said, this isn't better. It's not going to make my triceps grow because it's a new exercise. It's just because it's set up on here. It's easier for me. This is the fluff work, guys. This is the fluff. Don't focus on the fluff, man. Keep telling everybody. Focus on what matters. Focus on the compound. Focus on the main bits. You know, this is just the fluff. That's all it is. Have you seen that analogy where there's a professor, he gets a cup and he says, I'll fill it with, how many, golf balls can you fit in this? And he fills them up to the brim and the teacher says, is it full? And they're like, yeah, it's full. He's like, okay, now I'm going to put rocks in there and there's some more rocks. And he goes, now is it full? They're like, yeah, okay, now I'm going to fill it with sand. And they're like, oh my God, it's crazy. He says, now is it full? And they're like, yeah, it's full. And then he starts pouring water in it and he's like, oh my God, this is crazy. Yeah, great analogy. Good. The golf balls, or relationships, your family, that kind of stuff. The rocks, or your jobs and finances, your car. And then the sand's like your leisure activities here and there. And I think he says the watering top is something, I don't know. But if you use that analogy in training, your bench press is your golf balls. Then you do your cable crossovers and everything else like that, or this is the golf ball, the press downs is the golf ball. And when you're doing the kickbacks, bro, that's the fluff. That's the fluff, bro. That's the water, that's the little icing on top, that's all it is. So don't get too hung up on the minutiae detail of training. Focus on the compound. Okay, so now I'm going to do it, which is a new exercise. I'll show you guys. And this is what I'm talking about. Is this better than dumbbells? Not really. Am I short on time today? Am I going to do it? Yeah. And that's all it is, bro. Ooh, even that's a bit heavy. Let's do that. 2 plates is good enough, I think. So, there you go. I think that works. Are you wondering why I was talking so much about this exercise? Is because I put up my top 10 list of tricep exercises as reels about a year ago, and number 10 was dumbbell kickbacks. And boy, the comments on TikTok. Of course it had to be TikTok. This is not effective enough. You need to be parallel, perpendicular to the clavicle, to the this, to the that. Shut up, bro. Not one guy with any muscle, not one guy with a tricep came out and said, it don't really matter. Every single one of those guys, 0 triceps, 0 muscles, do it like this, do it like that. Bro, I've got muscles on my triceps that you can't even name. Yeah, you want me to start showing? Nah, I'm not gonna show you, bro. I ain't a bragger. But you know what I'm talking about, bro. Build a tricep first, and then let's talk. Don't start chatting to me about, duh, this is more effective than dumbbells. To be honest with you, is it more effective? I think you can get more of a contraction with this throughout the set, but for overall weight, I'm better off swinging the dumbbells and holding it at the top with more actual weight. So that for me is going to build more muscle, if it is going to build any muscle, because this is the fluff. Whereas this, I can't use much weight, but I get a contraction from here all the way to the end. So apples and oranges, that's what I'm gonna say. I think this needs to be down one more for me personally. So just do 2 sets to failure. That's all you need here. Nothing more. So yeah, for those people wondering to know, I was not counting anything doing that. So I'll just end the video here. Oh yeah, it feels good. It's coming on a little bit. I might show you the shoulder rehab work on another video. So that is it, very simple, very effective, chest and triceps. If you want me to continue these workouts, this is week number 2. I'm going to be recording them anyway. I'm more than happy to not share them with you. But if you want to watch them and you want me to share them, please, if you're watching this, comment down below. Just say, yes, bro, we like the workout. Please share more of it. Because it's not just the workout. I'm actually talking in between sets. And if you guys are smart enough, you'll pick up some pointers. You'll understand what I'm trying to say, why I'm saying it. And there's a lot of things that happen within the workout which you might not remember afterwards. I might not remember when I'm sat down upstairs talking to the camera. There's moments that happen throughout the workout which you're like, aha, this is a good tip to tell people. This is a good idea if they do this. This is maybe if they try this. Like today, this was a new exercise I tried. Great. Did it work? Yeah, it was good. It was nice. I won't say it was amazing, but it was good. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you guys watching every single thing that I post out there. At least one person watches it, that's the main thing. At least one person likes it and comments, and that is good enough for me. So comment down below on this, please, if you want to watch more content like this. Like, and please subscribe.